Hello, everybody, and welcome. And tonight we are going to experiment a little bit. But the first thing we're going to do is remind you not to ever play this recording when you're riding in a moving vehicle, operating equipment or machinery, or any time that you're engaged in any activity that requires your full attention. This recording is not intended nor designed to diagnose or treat any specific physical or mental medical condition. For diagnosis and treatment of such conditions, please consult with your chosen healthcare provider. And with that out of the way, if you would, settle in, take a few deep breaths to just begin to let yourself relax. And for the first couple of minutes, I want to address particularly those of you who are having some discomfort tonight. And if you're not, just kind of follow along and put this in your pocket for use at some point, if and when you do have a touch of discomfort. So, first of all, take a breath. And if it helps for you to focus, let your eyes gently close if you want to. And notice that discomfort. Notice the part of you that's experiencing this, whether you call it pain or discomfort or it's irritated or whatever it happens to be. Focus on where it is. Precisely what it feels like. And notice for just a moment, is it sending you a message? Is there any information there that you need? And we all know that pain really is a good thing. It's a survival issue. So if you break a bone, you certainly want to experience pain so that you know it needs to be attended to. And then just be aware as an observer of this part. Now, there's a part of you that's having this sensation, but then there's also a part of you that's noticing the sensation. So focus for a moment on the part of you that's noticing the sensation. And take note if this part is also experiencing that discomfort. Or maybe it's just aware of it. And now focus for just a moment on the stories that you tell yourself about that sensation. Maybe it's memories about where it got started, when it started, how it started, the circumstances surrounding its beginning. Maybe there are thoughts of a preconceived notion of when it will occur, how long it will last, how it affects your life. How it affects your relationships. And Make a couple of observations. What precisely makes it worse? And what makes it better? And now, once again, go back to that part and let go of the stories and just notice the part objectively and say to yourself, I'm having this sensation in this moment. And in just a moment or two, it will become that sensation. And when this moment and this sensation becomes that moment and that sensation, I have an opportunity to experience a new outcome, a new sensation. That's right. Excellent. And now take all of your parts and imagine that you have just decided on a getaway. And you find yourself in a rented bungalow at the beach. And isn't it amazing that you just decided that and magically you're already there? And so standing on the porch of this rented bungalow, in just a moment, we're going to walk down off of the deck of this bungalow and take a little stroll along the beach. So we're going to walk down those 3 stairs quite easily, 3, 2, and 1, feet firmly planted on the ground. And you step on to the soft, sun-warmed sand. You feel the grains yielding beneath your feet as you take your first few strides. The beach stretches out before you, an endless ribbon of gold and blue, where the horizon meets the sea in a perfect embrace. The clean white sand reaches out in the distance. The salty breeze tousles your hair, a gentle reminder of the nature's wildness. And with each breath in, you fill your lungs with the crisp, briny air, the ocean's scent mingling with a hint of sun-warmed earth. It feels refreshing. It washes away the weight of your thoughts, the concerns of the day. The rhythmic sound of the waves splashing against the shore draws you in, a steady pulse that syncs with your heartbeat. You find a comfortable pace, your feet sinking ever so slightly into the sand. A sensation both grounding and liberating. You feel at one with the earth. The heat of the sun radiates on your skin, warming you from the outside in. And you also notice the coolness of the ocean breeze brushing against your face. Creates a delicate balance that feels just right. And as you walk, you notice the colors surrounding you. The ocean glimmers in shades of turquoise and deep blue, each wave cresting with a frothy white edge. Farther out, the water darkens, hinting at depths unknown. Seagulls glide overhead, their calls echoing across the beach, a sharp contrast to the soothing sound of the water. You watch as one swoops down, hoping for a scrap of food, its wings catching the sunlight in a flash of white. The sand feels warm and gritty between your toes. You pause for a moment to dig your feet deeper into it, relishing the feeling. Take in a deep breath and let the ocean air fill you with a refreshing renewal. You bask in the sensory experience, salt, sun, and freedom. You feel a release from the challenges of daily life. Each wave rolls in, lapping gently at the shore, then retreating with a soft hiss, as if the sea is whispering its secrets to you. You feel a sense of solitude, but it's not lonely. In fact, it's quite comforting, like a warm blanket on a chilly night. And continuing your stroll along the beach, you spot a cluster of seashells, partially buried in the sand. You kneel down, brushing away the sand to reveal their intricate patterns and colors. Each shell tells a story of its journey through the ocean. You pick up a smooth, spiraled conch shell and hold it to your ear. The sound of the waves seems amplified, resonating within the shell like a heartbeat. You smile. It feels as if you're holding a piece of the ocean itself. The sun continues its own journey across the sky, casting elongated shadows behind you, and you feel the warmth deep in your bones. There's a sense of time stretching, the minutes passing effortlessly, slowly, as you immerse yourself in the moment. You think about life, the paths you've taken, the choices you've made, and the weight of those decisions melts into the sand beneath your feet. The ocean seems to reflect that. Vast and unpredictable, filled with treasures and challenges. You pause for a moment, clearing your thoughts, just taking in the sights, the sounds, the aromas, the feeling of just being in this moment. and you are a part of all that lies before you. Then you return your attention to the beach, your feet carrying you to the water's edge. Now the tide has begun to shift, the waves rolling in with a more pronounced urgency, crashing against the shore with a louder roar announcing the change. You stand still for a moment, letting the cool water wash over your feet. The sensation is cleansing, invigorating, yet calming. The tide pools nearby reflect the sunlight, and tiny ecosystems teeming with life draw you toward them, feeling a sense of wonder. You crouch down to inspect a pool, observing small crabs scuttling about, their movements quick and curious. The sight fills you with childlike delight, and you chuckle at their antics. In this simple moment, you find joy, a reminder of the beauty in small things, a reminder that it is in the details of our life experiences that we find meaning. The sun begins to dip lower in the sky, casting golden rays that shimmer on the water, turning the horizon into a canvas of oranges and pinks. And as you continue your walk, you become aware of the shifting light and the deepening colors of the sky. The emotional weight of the day settles on your shoulders momentarily, and then melts away and reveals a newfound clarity. You think about the choices ahead, the paths yet to explore, and you feel a stirring of hope, of optimism. The ocean in all its vastness seems to echo your own desires, a reminder that life is ever changing, just like the tides. Just as each wave, while momentarily individual and unique, remains a part of this vast ocean. With each step, the sound of the waves and the call of the seagulls become a part of you. You look out at the horizon where the sun kisses the water, and in that moment, everything feels right. You feel small yet significant. You're an integral part of something much larger than yourself. And as dusk approaches, the world around you transforms, shadows lengthen, and the air cools, wrapping around you like a gentle embrace. Finally, as the first stars begin to twinkle overhead, you turn back toward the path leading away from the beach and back to your bungalow. You carry the sights, the sounds, the aromas, and the tastes of the day within you, a tapestry of experience that will linger long after you leave this place. And as you walk away, You know that this solitary stroll has not only connected you to the ocean, but also to yourself in a new way. You make your way back to your bungalow. And in a moment, you'll ascend the stairs back to the deck and then inside. But you pause and turn for one more look. And a thought comes to you. A realization appears. The sea will always be there, waiting, as will your stories yet to unfold. And after one more brief moment of respite, you turn and ascend the stairs, and as you do, you find your way back to here and now. 1, 2, 3. Back to this time and this place. One more deep breath and let your eyes gently open.